Hey y'all, I'm gonna go get some more coffee, but I had a few ideas or a few thoughts just kind of rattling around in my brain that I kind of wanted to chat about. All right, let's go sit down somewhere. Got my hot coffee. It's a gloriously gray day out there, and I love this room so very much, especially on a rainy day. I feel like you are tipped down quite a lot. I think the last decade of life, for me specifically, things have just gotten weird. And to be honest, the last 3 years have gotten extremely weird, with a lot more people needing more outlets for this energy they have and not really having a place to put that extra energy. And I know that feeling very well. I always have a lot of energy, and I generally need productive outlets where I can put that energy. And 5 years ago, I decided to start this YouTube channel as far as actively sharing things. I started with YouTube back in 2009, watching a ton of different people. I loved the format. I loved the video aspect of it. I had done blogging in the past. I had done forums as far as, like participating in those. But I felt something click in my brain that said, I can really get on board with video format. That makes my brain light up and say, yes, I understand this. And so 2009, I watched a ton of YouTube. 2015, I thought I should start a channel as far as sharing the things that I had learned about nutrition, as far as, at the time I had done like all the yogurt, all of the sprouting of grains and grinding of wheat and making of kombucha and kefir and gingerbread and all the things. And I thought we lived in a really cool place at the time, Alaska. And that would have been so much fun to share those more homesteady type things up there in Alaska, because I really loved that piece of our story. But I didn't do that. And when we moved to Wisconsin, I got onto a keto-friendly lifestyle as far as my diet. I started to feel the healthiest I had ever felt. Things were clicking along really, really well. We got pregnant with our third child, and I was really in the throes of pregnancy, trying to potty train and doing homeschool with my oldest. The potty training was the then baby, now middle. So the oldest was already managed. But I was really jazzed about those things. And so when I was, I don't know how pregnant, 6-ish months pregnant, I said, you know what? I'm commenting on these people's channels about the homeschool curriculum they're adding to, or they're going to start with. I want to share what I'm going to do. And YouTube at the time had a function where you could do a video response. I kind of lament the days when they took that away, because that was so fun, and I appreciated that function at the time very much. I put out a YouTube video sharing what we were doing for our homeschool curricula for that school year, the 2017-2018 school year. It was a terrible video. Everybody's first few videos, first 100 videos, first 700 videos are terrible. And oh well, I don't mind the fact that it was terrible. I mean, to this day, arguably, my videos aren't that great. I put that out there. I enjoyed the opportunity to share the things as I was able to. And I also put out Trim Healthy Mama content at the time. And it was just a lot of fun. It was a good outlet for me. And then we had the baby and just kind of like living life through all of those fun times. My children were younger. The level of schoolwork we were doing was much less intensive. The things that were generally consuming my mind as far as housework and food and child rearing and husband, like relationship building, all of those things, I felt like, okay, we're in a good spot. I got this going. Having my hobby as the YouTube channel on the side was a lot of fun. To this day, I still find so much enjoyment in having this YouTube channel. It's ebbed and flowed. It's evolved quite a lot. And I now have 10,000 subscribers, which blows my mind. I never believed I was going to have more than 500 subscribers as a lofty goal. I don't get a ton of views. I don't promote the channel. I don't do a lot of the things that they tell you to do in order to grow a YouTube channel. I don't know. I've just enjoyed this platform as a fun hobby where I can get thoughts from my brain out of my face and be able to share them in a way that I had not been able to do efficiently or effectively or with any level of contentment, I guess, when I was blogging or on the forums and things. So this channel is now over 5 years old. I know I've already said that. My children are getting older. It's really weird how that happens. And the activities we're doing are a little bit more involved. The schoolwork we're doing is a lot more involved and more interesting for me, honestly, and it takes more time, which I don't mind that at all. And, you know, the house we're in is different, so I'm still, you know, getting comfortable with our house. I mean, we've been here for a little while now, but every season that we experience at this point is a new season in this house, so it's fun to see how that shifts things. You know, my husband is still traveling for work. We're just like chugging along with a lot of things that we do on a regular basis. And it got me thinking, what is this YouTube channel? What is this? Is it still a fun hobby for me? It is still a fun hobby for me. Is it something that could be a viable business opportunity where I could contribute to my family in a tangible, realistic way? I don't know. And can I just leave this as one of those hobbies that I can put down for a while, and then whenever I feel like I've got the time and mental capacity to devote to it again, pick it back up and play with it again? I don't know. The way my brain works, I see dozens of opportunities, dozens of different pathways, different ideas connect in different ways for me. And I don't like to close the door on anything because the possibilities are endless. And I don't want to shut out something that could be amazing because I choose to go one direction or the other. And I think that's probably to my detriment, maybe, but that's the way I've always been. There are infinite possibilities and I don't want to choose just one. Yeah, but I don't know where that leaves me as far as this is concerned, because like I said, life is getting busier for us in the real world sense. I still want to have a hobby. I still have the desire, like, oh, I could really contribute to my family in a financial way. I could just do so many different things, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought about doing Vlogtober. And then I thought maybe I should just take a hiatus. The reality is that every idea between make this a super awesome viable business where you're contributing a real income to the family to shut her down, like all of those ideas have played out in my head. And I think I need to just kind of like calm it down a little bit. Like take a step back, take a little perspective. I do want it to become a viable thing, but I also want it to stay a hobby that's enjoyable for me. And I also want to put a hobby in its place as far as priorities are concerned and the hierarchy of expectations within my family. I have a hair. Ultimately, I'm not doing Vlogtober this year. I never have in the past, but I really thought back, a week ago in September, gosh, that was so long ago, that I wanted to do Vlogtober. I really had that in my head thinking, oh, I got this idea. Let's do Vlogtober. And then I thought, oh man, I really need to pull it back. I need to realign my perspective, my focus, and set that to the side. Put that toy on the shelf and come back when I have time to actually play with that idea. I know this can seem really chaotic to a lot of people because a lot of people are much better at planning, committing to the plan, executing the plan, and staying diligent with the plan. I'm not that girl. I get excited about a variety of ideas and then I sort of go off in about 80 different directions. I know that's difficult for some people. That's just kind of where I am, and I don't necessarily care to stifle that. For now, I think I'm gonna just share whenever the ideas pop into my head and I have the time and space to do so. And I'm not gonna try to force myself into a schedule. And I know I've done this before on my channel where I kind of ebb and flow between, oh man, I'm so consistent. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, crash and burn. All right, well, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm just gonna post when I have inspiration to post and that kind of thing. So I know this is all cyclical for me. I am sorry if that really like makes your brain hurt. I think that's where I'm gonna leave you. I'm not sure that there's any true value added to anyone's life in this video. I just had the thoughts cycling through my head. I had to spit them out of my face. So thanks for being here. Maybe I'll see you in another video.